Hi everyone, it's Max and welcome to a new week's reading vlog. So it is the end of November, it's the last week. You got Thanksgiving and Black Friday, and that's basically it. I am updating you on Wednesday. I just didn't read anything Monday or Tuesday, but here are my plans. My main plan is to read Kingdom of Copper by S.A. Chakraborty. If this takes me all 5 days, then it takes me all 5 days, but I really hope it doesn't. Best case scenario, I read 200 pages a day, but I just don't think that's gonna happen. So if I give myself 4 days, it'll be like 150 pages a day. And then if I'm able to do that, which I really kind of hope I am, I'm going to try and read A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik as well. This is like 300 and something pages. So hopefully I can finish this in 1 day if necessary. I would like to give myself 2 days for it, but who knows. I have been known these days to like read like a lot on the last day. This happened when like at the end of October I read 3 books on the last day, and then a couple weeks ago I read 3 books on like the first Sunday, the first Saturday of November, something like that. So I am hoping to be able to finish this. So the last day of the month is Monday. So I don't know, if I get pretty far in the Kingdom of Copper where I could just like read like the last 100 pages on Monday, I might put that down to finish this on like Sunday, because it is a weekend. It's easier to sit down and read a whole book on a weekend, obviously. But those are my only plans. I've given up finishing The Storm Before the Storm or reading Da Vinci's Tiger or The Bookworm, but that's okay. Storm Before the Storm, it's more because I just, you know, I think I'm starting too late in the Roman history to understand really what's going on. So that's okay. I'm okay with not finishing that just because I'm a little lost. The other two, they're like the lowest rated books on Goodreads. So I don't need that in my life. I'm also heartbroken because I got Rhythm of War yesterday and the cover is like all crumpled, and I'm really sad about it. I am going to my local Barnes & Noble on Friday. It's an hour away, so it's not really local. And I'm gonna exchange it there because yeah, that was really sad. I paid $30 for this, so I'm not gonna be okay with like a crumpled up cover. But yeah, so that's my plan. Hopefully I do have Thursday and Friday off of work, so I'm hoping to get some good reading in those 2 days, because then on Friday I'm driving to an hour away and I think my dad will drive, so hopefully I can get some reading in like during those drives as well. But because I'm the one who wants to go, I might be driving, so we'll see. But I will talk to you all once I've made some progress in the Kingdom of Copper, which will hopefully be today. Hi guys, so it's Wednesday night, but I thought I would update you that I am currently uploading a video, which I'm really excited about, and I'm 150 pages through Kingdom of Copper. I'm really enjoying it. I am just like sucked right in. I can't wait to see what happens next, and I'm really happy about it. I didn't realize how far I'd gotten. So I started this back when it first came out, but I just realized I didn't remember enough about it to continue, or to remember enough about the first book to continue. So I put it down and I was listening to the audiobook and I didn't realize how far I'd gotten. I got like more than 100 pages through it the first time because stuff kept happening where I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. And I was just really surprised on how far I got. I don't think I realized how far that how far it had been, but I'm really liking it. I'm really excited to see what happens next. I just kind of can't wait to keep reading. But it's like 12:30, so it's technically Thursday, but you know, I haven't gone to sleep yet. And I'm going to do a little bit of writing. I know it's like super late. It's probably stupid of me. I might literally only write like a couple sentences before I fall asleep. But that is what I'm going to do right now, and I will chat with you tomorrow once I've made more progress in Kingdom of Copper, like another 150 pages, I hope. One thing that I find really interesting about this is there's like a significant time jump. So the first chapter takes place maybe a year after the first book, maybe even less. Honestly, I have no idea. And then after the first chapter, it jumps 5 years. And I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I get it, I do, but it's still like, I don't know, I'm not really connecting with the struggles that they've had, our three main characters who we follow, because we haven't experienced like what they've done to get there. And I'm sure it makes sense to show how drawn out revolutions can be and everything, but it's still like just a little bit, I can't totally sympathize with our main characters and like how long it's been, because I don't feel that. So yeah, if that makes sense, I don't know. But we'll see. I might end up really enjoying that there's a time jump, and I'm pretty sure there's a time jump at the beginning of Empire of Gold as well. So we'll see. But I'm gonna go to bed and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good night. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, for everyone who celebrates. It is late. I had a really nice day. It was actually super relaxing. I helped my mom a little bit with the cooking. She honestly had most of it done by the time I got home. But it was really relaxing. We ate early, played some cards, just hung out. It was really, really nice, actually. And then I watched Happiest Season with my mom, which is the new Kristen Stewart gay rom-com with Dan Levy. It was good. It was very funny. I kind of hated the love interest though. Like Harper, I really didn't like, and I didn't like her by the end either. So that was kind of a bummer. There was kind of like a little bit of a love triangle going on, like barely, like barely there, and I kind of wanted her with the other person instead of Harper, gonna be honest. But overall, I did really like it. I love Dan Levy. He was so like me. Like, he was like, who would want marriage? Who wants to trap the person that you're in love with? Like, all this stuff. And I'm like, I'm with you there. But overall, I did really like it. Really fun. Definitely go check it out. I thought it was a good time. But I am also halfway through Kingdom of Copper, and I'm loving it. Oh my god, I'm loving it. I'm flying through it. You know, the time that it takes me doesn't reflect flying through it. I feel like I'm flying through it. I'm like exactly halfway through, and it's just so good. It's just so good. I'm loving it. I like can't wait to keep reading and finish it. And I think I've come to a decision that I'm not going to do TBR cards for December. Probably should have just started it in the new year, but I have, for the past few years, I've used December as like a catching up month where I try and read the sequels that I have on my TBR. So that's going to be like Empire of Gold and Lady Night by Tamora Pierce and The Return of the King by J.R.R. Tolkien and Wondersmith, or no, not Wondersmith. What's the third book in the Morgan Crow series? Like Hollowpox and The Trials of Apollo, and like all these books, and then Reaper at the Gates and A Sky Before the Storm, and all these books that are ends of series. There are like two at least that are three that are ends of series and that sort of thing. And I usually use December to do that. Something about, you know, the end of the year, let's try and finish some series or get caught up. Oh, and Rhythm of War, of course. So that is my plan for December. Definitely keep your eye out for my TBR, but I thought I would just let you all know that that is kind of what I am planning on doing. Just because that's what I've always done in December, and I am still, you know, clawing my way out of that reading slump, and I think reading some sequels is the perfect way to do that. I've got plenty on my TBR, and it's all high fantasy, which, are we surprised? No. I kind of wish I was like in the middle of some sort of historical series so I could continue, like if I hadn't caught up on Alison Weir's like 6 Tudor Queens series, but I have. So I don't know, I might take a break from that next month and just read some high fantasy or some middle grade fantasy with like The Trials of Apollo and Morgan Crow, which both I'm so excited about. It's probably bad that I can't totally remember what happened in either of the series, like the last book in either of the series. So we'll see how that goes, but I think it'll be fine, you know? I love both series, so I'm really excited. And yeah, so I'm really enjoying Kingdom of Copper. I don't know how it's gonna wrap up, honestly. Like, I have a book and a half left, and it's just so much has to happen. And I'm just a little nervous about everything because there's so much hate. They're like 3 species. It's like not the right way to call them, but they may be. And it's like the Devas, the Shafits, and something else. I honestly don't know. And they are like, there's so much hate and animosity and anger between the 3 that I just don't know how that's gonna be remedied by the end. Our main character Nari is starting something that I hope will be that bridge between the species. And I know there's another time jump at the beginning of Empire of Gold. I'm like 99% sure. And hopefully like that'll be like this stepping stone that's happening in the second book will have progressed really well when we start the third book, because I think it starts years after the second book. I don't think that's a spoiler because the second book started 5 years after the first. So yeah, that's what I'm really hoping is gonna happen. While I was reading it, something kind of annoyed me, but now I can't even remember what it is. And I'm just really enjoying it. I mean, I'm just really liking it. I like all of our 3 point of views. I didn't like Dara in the first book on my reread. I thought he was kind of annoying, but honestly, like, I'm liking him in this, and I pity him kind of the most out of the 3 because he is really like, he was a slave and he's back to being a slave, and it's just really unfortunate and kind of heartbreaking. But I'm just loving it. So I'm so excited to see where it goes from here. I'm interested to see, like, I think I know what the climax would be and like the big like tension breaker, but I don't know. Well, it's all gonna come to a head during this festival. Like, of course it is. Like, everyone's been talking about this festival since the beginning of the book. And I also don't know, like, does that festival happen like once every 100 years or something? Because it's not an every year occurrence, I don't think. I might be totally wrong though, so who knows. But I don't know. I feel like it's not gonna be a coming to a head of all 3 storylines. Like, one of them, definitely. But the other 2, I'm like, what is their stress in this book, if that makes sense? Their conflict. I don't know what their conflict is, because right now it kind of feels like they're just going about their day to day. But I'm excited to see what happens. I've got 300 pages left, and I just can't wait to pick it up again. But it's super late. I'm gonna go to bed. I am doing a little bit of Black Friday shopping tomorrow. I'm returning my copy of Rhythm of War because it was severely damaged, and getting a new one. So that's like my main priority, honestly. But then doing some other stuff. And hopefully my dad is gonna drive, so hopefully I'll be able to get some reading in. But I'm gonna go to bed. I will chat with you all tomorrow. Good night. Hi guys, so it's Friday. It is night. I was gonna update you earlier, but then I just didn't. What's new? But I thought I would do a little bit of a book haul for you, because I did go to my closest like city to do a little bit of shopping, and I got 5 books, one of which was a turning in because the cover was damaged, and that is Rhythm of War by Brandon Sanderson. She's huge. She's 1,220 pages, and I'm so excited to read this. This is gonna definitely be the first book I read in December. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. This is it. I'm so excited. It's huge. I'm gonna have to take off the cover because it is so slippery. And I know a lot of people do that anyways. I'm not one of them. I like reading the book with the cover because I just think it's pretty and I like it. So yeah, but not this time because this is not staying on. I'm so bummed though because I did not call in time to reserve a signed copy, and I didn't know there were signed copies, but there were, and I didn't get one, which was really sad. but I'm just so excited to pick this up. I just like can't wait at all. The next book was basically one of the main reasons why I went, besides switching out Rhythm of War, because this is absolutely on my December TBR, and that is Empire of Gold by S.A. Chakraborty. And she's also huge. I don't know how many pages it is. I was just shocked when I saw how long it was, because I didn't realize it was going to be so long. It's 752 pages. And it's just gonna be 752 pages of pain. I'm about to go over Kingdom of Copper, and I'm just like, I don't know, I'm so scared to see how this goes. But 750 pages, so much can happen. I'm scared. But I am so excited to read this. All right, another one is a book that I've decided to put on my December TBR. Like I said yesterday, December is usually for me are months of catching up on series. So either that's finishing a series or just like catching up if the series isn't done. But one of those that I had totally forgotten about till I saw this was The Shadow of Kyoshi, which is the second and last book in the Kyoshi duology. I really liked the first one. I read it in August, and I thought it'd be the perfect time to pick this up. It's short, and I need some shorter books on this TBR because I've got a lot of long books. So it's 340 pages, and I think I'm gonna be able to just fly through this. I was able to fly through The Rise of Kyoshi, so I think I'll be able to hopefully read this in about a day. I'm feeling really good about my December TBR. I'm super excited about all the books on it, so I'm hoping that this is gonna go really well, and this is definitely one of them. And if you don't know, this is about the last Earth Avatar. So like in the Avatar The Last Airbender series. So like Kyoshi was Aang's past soul iteration when she was from the Earth Kingdom. Not explaining that well at all. Most people know what Avatar is about, right? All right, and then the last two books were just totally on a whim, and I'm really excited about one of them, and that is The Fatal Throne by a bunch of authors. And this is about the 6 wives of Henry VIII, which I'm very into. I wrote my senior thesis film script about Catherine Parr, and I'm super into Six, the musical. I've just been very into the Tudor era for like many years, and so when this came out, I saw this like I think when it was a hardcover or like months ago, and I didn't pick it up, but I decided to pick it up this time. I don't know what to think about it because it's pretty short. It's like 360 pages. So I don't know if they're gonna cover all of the wives or if this is one in a series. We'll see, but I'm super pumped to read it. And then the last book I had never heard of before, but the author was there signing them. So I picked it up. And that is a book called Creation Abomination by Alan W. Thompson. And this is kind of like a sci-fi where people use embryonic stem cells to like cure diseases, but the problem is that in doing that they kill an embryo. Like it is a child, and they have to like, yeah, I don't know, this might get iffy, and I'm a little nervous that the author is, I'm a little nervous about the author, honestly, because where I come from, where I live, it's heavily religious, and abortion is not exactly smiled upon, and so I'm a little nervous that this is going to be like super anti-abortion. But he was there, he's a local author, which like I never get around here, and a sci-fi fantasy author, and he was signing them, so I just picked it up. And it's shorter than I thought it was going to be because it looks and feels thick, but it's in the 400s. So yeah, that's all I got. I love, it's like a very soft cover. It reminds me of like Fortuna Sworn, like that really soft, and Three Dark Crowns, and I really like those covers, but this isn't like matte, so it doesn't like show up like Three Dark Crowns, and I'm intrigued. I won't say I'm excited because I don't know about that yet, but I am intrigued. All right, so those are all the books that I got. I'm really happy with how much I limited myself. I really only picked up couple books that I was like, oh no, you know what, I have been eyeing these, or these are part of a series, or this is my plan, and all that good stuff. But let's get into Kingdom of Copper. I'm just loving it. I'm loving it. I have 150 pages left and I just want to read it right now, but I'm also really tired and I need to just like pace myself. It's so good and I'm just really nervous to see how it ends. And like, I haven't felt this way about a series in a long time, where I just like, I'm dying to finish this so I can pick up Empire of Gold ASAP. And this is just, it's so good. The writing is phenomenal. I love our characters. I love all three of our point of views. Like, I really do. I really care about each of them. And Dara, I really pity the most because he is just stuck between a rock and a hard place, because the king of this city, Davabad, sucks. I mean, he's really, really bad. Just awful. And then Dara is working with like this rebel group, but he's starting to realize that the leader of the rebel group is just as bad. And she admits to it. I won't say who it is, but it's a she. And she literally tells him, he's like, you're just like him. And she literally says, she's like, well, at least it won't be my people suffering this time. Yikes. So like, she knows. She's like, yeah, there is going to be a war. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of bloodshed and I will do whatever I have to do to win. And it's like right now there's no clear like good guy, and I do like that. Oh no, I'm running out of space on my get. I do really like that. I feel like a lot of books don't do that, where it's odd. But I do really enjoy these types of stories where there's no clear like good guy in people with power. So like, yes, our main characters are good. You root for them, but they, even though they're people that you think would have power, they don't. And so it's like, you're just, oof, it's just, they're so stuck. And I'm just like scared to see like what happens, but I'm also so excited. I'm just like so excited to continue. I just can't wait, which I haven't felt in a really long time, and it's really nice. But while I'm here, I thought I would check how many pages are in The Return of the King, because like I said in my last vlog, I realized that the pages in my editions start like this book, the page count starts where the last one ended. So this says it starts on like 972, like that sort of thing. So I'm going to see 977, because like some of these pages like counted, but they're not really, like I'm not counting them. Oh, there's also a lot of like appendixes and indexes. Right, so the page ends without the appendixes and indexes and stuff. The page ends on 1349. It's only 372 pages. That's just crazy. That is crazy, but it also kind of tracks for Tolkien because he doesn't write battle scenes. Like, they take up like maximum 10 pages. So like these huge battles that happened in Return of the King are probably gonna be super brushed over. So 370 pages kind of makes sense, but it's just so short. It just looks so long because like half of the book are appendixes and stuff. So there we go. All right, that just makes me, I don't know. I'm like, why are people why was I so nervous about reading this trilogy? Like, they're short and it's like easy. It's not a hard read. So, wow. Okay, I'm feeling really good about that, actually. Like, seriously good about it. So, that's good. But I am going to go to bed. I'm watching my puppy tomorrow for quite a few hours. So I'm going to have time to read. And I'm going to watch The Bachelorette with my best friend. But before I go to bed, I think I'm gonna edit my Invisible Life of Addie LaRue box unboxing so that I can just upload it when I'm at my mom's house. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Good night. Hi guys, it's Saturday. I just finished filming 2 videos. I filmed my December TBR and the October Fairy Loot. And then I also just watched The Bachelorette with my best friend. I've got like an hour and probably around 15 minutes before my stepdad gets home. And so I think, gonna go write for the rest of it. I might pick up Kingdom of Copper, but I kind of do want to get some writing done. So yeah, that's all I've got for you. Honestly, I just wanted to pop in, say that I just filmed 2 videos. I feel very accomplished. But now I'm gonna go downstairs, spend some more time with the puppy, and do some writing. I'm also starving, so I need to get some lunch. But other than that, I don't really have anything else planned. I will definitely be finishing Kingdom of Copper today. Don't get me wrong. I'm so excited to see what happens. And yeah, so that's all I've got. And I'll talk to you all later once I've actually read something. Hi guys, it is 10:37 and I have 78 pages left of Kingdom of Copper. We are in the thick of it. Oh man, I'm so excited. I am so excited. I'm just like, oh my god, like it's happening. Everything's happening and I just cannot wait to see how it ends. One thing, I'm a little surprised with how easily something is defeated. I'll say that. I just thought it was gonna be not as easy. I don't know, like it all happened very fast and felt easy, gonna be honest. And I'm like, okay, why didn't we do this ages ago? So I'm a little disappointed with that, but other than that, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm really hoping that Muthandir, who's like the crown prince, is gonna become like a hero, because I feel like he'd be a good character to have like this redemption arc and become a hero. Because none of the other villains are gonna have redemption arcs, I don't think, because they are bad. Muthandir is like the only one that I feel like you could forgive. The rest of them, not so much. Not so much. And I'm just so excited to see what happens. I'm like, oh my god. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. I'm so happy I have Empire of Gold. I'm so happy I'm reading it this coming month, like December, because So I'm definitely finishing it tonight. I was debating on whether or not to read some today and then read A Deadly Education tomorrow and then finish Kingdom of Copper on Monday, just because I don't know, I wasn't super feeling like reading, but now that I'm in the thick of it, oh boy, I'm not putting this down for anything except to update you. But then Sunday I'm gonna read A Deadly Education. I'm gonna try and read it all tomorrow. Let me see how many pages it is. I have it right here. Yeah, it's like 313 pages. So I should be able to fly through this tomorrow because that's super short. And then I think I am going to start Rhythm of War. It's 1,220 pages. So if I read like 200 pages and give myself to a nice even 1,000, I could read it in 5 days. And I've got a lot of books on my TBR, like so many, that I think it would be good if I could get that done in 5 days. And I'll talk to you all once I've finished Kingdom of Copper. Oh my god, it was so good. It's 11:30. So good. So good. Oh my god. It was so good. It was so good. I'm dying. 5 out of 5 stars. 100%. I just, whew, it was so good. I'm like so excited to read the 3rd book, but I'm not gonna do it right away. I really want to read Rhythm of War first. My most anticipated read of the year. I gotta read it. But soon. It was so good. Oh my god. It was just so good. I don't know how I feel about Dara. I don't know. Because there's like part of me that's like he's a slave. So like I don't think he's able to actually fight anything. Then like, I don't know. I guess I'm a little confused on what Suleiman's seal does. And don't ask me who Suleiman is. He like, I'm still very iffy on those details. But he said it's broken. And so I'm like, does that mean you can't be a slave? But then like someone can control him. So I just don't know how I feel about him. Because he like, he's being stupidly ignorant. Like, he's like, no, he's like, we have to be doing the right thing. Because if we're not doing the right thing, then it means I'm just doing the wrong thing. And it's like, you might be. And it's just like, and the ending, oh, that ending. I'm so excited. I'm like not sure. Honestly, I don't know if there's gonna be a time jump. I don't know if there can be. Because if there's a time jump, like, I don't know how. Like, it ended on such a cliffhanger. So it's like, how would there be a time jump? I'm really hoping there isn't, because, oh man. Or we find, like, the first chapter of Kingdom of Copper happened, I don't know when, but like around the same time as the end of City of Brass. So, and then it jumped 5 years. So maybe Empire of Gold will do the same thing, where it gives you a chapter of like what just happened and then jumps ahead. But we'll see. So good. Oh my god. I need like a second to process what happened, because it was epic. And I love Nari, and I love Ollie, and I'm just, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to read the third book. Oh my god, I haven't felt this way in quite a while, honestly, about a series. Like, wow, like I'm just like, I'm feeling really good. Yeah. Yeah, wow. But that's all I've got for you. 5 out of 5 stars, amazing. I'm gonna read A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik tomorrow, which I'm hoping would somehow be another 5 out of 5 stars, but I kind of doubt it. But we'll see. And I'm gonna go to bed, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Good night. Hi guys, it is Sunday night, and I am 100 pages away from finishing A Deadly Education, and I'm really enjoying it. So today I went to a town near me to do some more last minute shopping. I got this sweater that I'm like in love with. It's my cat. And so if you hear the purring, that's her. But I thought I would actually tell you what A Deadly Education is about. So this is about, on Earth, there are people who have magic. And as soon as they turn a certain age, they are swept away to this school called the Scholomance. And the Scholomance doesn't have any teachers. You all learn on your own. You can choose from 3 paths of magic: language, alchemy, and something else. And it's kind of, you're fighting demons like the whole time. And your final test is like this huge demon fight, and like so many people die, and the only way you can really live is by making alliances. And so like people who are super rich or are very friendly or very powerful, they can easily make alliances. But our main character is none of those things. She's very not nice, and so she has like no one. But then like the golden boy of the school takes a liking to her because she doesn't treat him like a hero. She's like, oh my god, screw off, like he keeps saving her, and she's like, stop, like will you stop, like I can save myself. And so he really likes her, and because of that, like all these people like want to become her friend now. And she's just like, I love her as a main character because she's like rude, but she also is like, why doesn't anyone like me? Like she knows that she's prideful, she knows that she's pretty standoffish, but she wants to have friends, she wants to have an alliance, she doesn't want to die. And it's really fascinating. And I really like, there's like kind of 2 different types of magic that kind of make me think of like order and chaos. And her magic affinity is destroying things, like full cataclysmic destruction, and she hates it. And so she's like desperate to, she keeps order like so tight in her life. She's desperate for people not to think that she can only destroy things. And my battery's flashing, and my charger's at my mom's house, so I might have to update you tomorrow. But right now I think it's gonna be a 4 out of 5 stars. But I will talk to you all probably tomorrow. Hi guys, it is Monday, and I am coming to you not late because my battery died yesterday. So like and my charger is at my mom's house, here at my mom's house. So like I knew I wasn't gonna be able to update you anymore, but I have finished A Deadly Education. And overall, I did really like it. I really liked our main character like a lot. She reminds me of me, not in the way that like I'm not as standoffish as her. I'm not really standoffish at all, but I am like kind of, not everyone, I have a hard time connecting with people and like making friends. But then once I make friends, I'm like so loyal. And she reminds me of that because she is like so loyal to her friends. She is ride or die. Like she goes into some serious situations because she doesn't want her friends to be screwed over. And I really appreciated that about her, and I really like her as a main character, and I'm really excited to see how she grows and what she does going forward, because this is the first book in at least a duology. I don't know if it's gonna be like a series or just like 2 books, because honestly it feels like it could just be 2 books because they're juniors at this school. The biggest issue I had with the book is the world building. I feel like there was almost none. I don't know, like she didn't really even explain like how these groups work. And it's like, okay, so New York, do you have to be from New York to really be in it? Or like, how do they choose people? And then there's Berlin, and there's like Spain, or places in like Spain and stuff. And none of it was really explained. Another thing that wasn't explained is like why there aren't any teachers. This school, it's like the school has a soul basically, and it like teaches the students by giving them the textbooks and the tests, but there's no teacher there. So they're literally just sending these kids in to like survive for 4 years, but they can die so easily. And the fact that there's just no adults there to help makes no sense to me. And along those same lines, parents are just willing to send their kids in. And I get that like these kids, because they're untrained, like they kind of emit like a scent to these like demons. And so like if they're out in the real world, like yes, they're unprotected and they're untrained, but at least they've got people around them that can help protect them, instead of just being shoved in this school where it's just a bunch of kids who have to fight for their lives. And if some kids are more loner than others, then they're just like dead. Like everyone just writes them off as like, okay, well, you're gonna die. So hi, sorry, got a call. But another thing, yeah, so those really annoy me. The fact that it's just none of it's explained, and the idea that parents are just gonna let their kids be shipped off to get a letter every once in a while, like once a year, and to know if they're alive or dead, it's a little ridiculous. And then the actual like conflict didn't make sense. Like yes, they're fighting demons, but there's something that went wrong. There's like a malfunction in something, and they just didn't explain it well. And then like this group like goes in, and like I don't know, it just didn't really make sense to me, and I don't think there was just enough explanation of things. So yeah, overall I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, and I think that that's good. Definitely not my favorite by her, not my favorite book, but it was good, it was fun. And now onto what I know we're all actually here for, Rhythm of War. I'm 62 pages in, which is like barely a dent, and I'm just really enjoying it. I'm already just like in it, flying through it. And then each book has a past point of view, and I talked about it when I was reading Oathbringer, and I was kind of debating on who it was going to be. I was hoping it was Wit. It's Navani, which is interesting, but we've only had 1 chapter from her so far, and it was Galavar's death scene. But I'm already just like so invested. I'm so excited to keep reading. Yeah, I'm loving it. And that's all I got for you. It's this nice purple color with this like design, and I'm so happy to be reading it, honestly. I'm just like so excited to get into it and be in the thick of things. Shallon does still have the 2 like alter egos, Radiant and Veil, and it still annoys me, but they are like on a better like playing field. They're respectful of each other. They like mesh better together. They're not like 3, like Shallon is still there and present now, like when her other alter egos take control. So like I still don't like it, but it's better, I guess. And that's all I've gotten to, honestly. That's it. And I'm just really excited to see what happens next. So I am gonna go home. I just finished the workday, and then I'm gonna read some more of this. I also did just upload my December TBR, so if you haven't seen that by the time this goes out, which should only be in a couple days, go check that out. I'm really happy. I'm feeling good. Like on Monday, and I just uploaded a video. Like, who am I? So this will probably be Wednesday. Fingers crossed. So yeah, that's all I've got, and I'll talk to you all later. All right, guys, it is 11:40 on Monday, and I thought I would wrap up what I read. So, a good reading week rating wise, because I started with Kingdom of Copper, which I gave a 5 out of 5 stars. So amazing, cannot wait to pick up Empire Gold in December. Then I picked up a slightly lower rated book, but still good, and that was A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik, which I gave a 4 out of 5 stars. And now I am 225 pages into Rhythm of War, and I am loving it so much. It's so good. Shalyn is still fighting with like the 2 other versions of herself, but I am liking it more because like people know about it and her friends are like trying to like help her through it. And trigger warning for thoughts of suicide. Gonna put it out there. I'm not gonna say who it's about, but just thought I would put that out there for anyone who's watching this, because there is, at least so far, there's been like one moment of thought, but so good. One thing that I'm really interested to see how it pans out is a character is kind of told maybe it's time to retire from fighting, and I think it's obvious what they should do next, but this character is just like, they think they should become an ardent, or like, which is kind of like a priest, or like something else, and I'm like, no, like it is so obvious what you should do now. Like, it's so obvious, and I'm really hoping that that's going to be the end goal, because it's just like, it's kind of been their destiny kind of for this whole thing, is to do a certain job. I'm not going to say anything because it would be a dead giveaway for who I'm talking about, but I just think that that's the route that they should go now that they're not going to be on the battlefield. But that's all I'm going to say. But yeah, I'm loving it. I'm so into this. It's been so action-packed. There's already been like 2 fight scenes, and I'm just loving it so much. I love Adeline so much, and Shalyn and Cal. I just love everyone. I'm just like so happy to be reading it. So far, like in part 1, it's Kaladin and Shalyn's point of views, plus like a couple others, but like not like our main characters, and so we've only gotten them so far. And Navani, forgot about Navani, but I'm interested to get like Dalinar's point of view. I also should read the flap of like the cover to see what's exactly like gonna happen in this book. Like, what is this book about? Because I have no idea. I'm just reading, I'm just enjoying, but I should see like what the path is that this book is gonna take. But yeah, overall loving it. So I have 1,000 pages left, or 995 pages left, and I'm feeling really good. And yeah, so that is it. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye!